All right, let's jump right in. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to unpack a deeply philosophical, honestly incredibly grim dark fable known as The Great Unmasking of Reality, a fable of the unyielding stone. We're going to dive deep into a really uncompromising text that uses philosophy and philology to basically strip away all the comforting illusions we build our societies upon. For this one, we're actually going to adopt the cynical, cold viewpoint of the story's antagonist, a figure known only as the Wanderer, so we can truly understand the philosophical roots of his worldview. It's a heavy narrative, so prepare yourselves because it absolutely does not pull any punches. Just listen to this declaration for a second. Welcome to the infinite abyss, the only truth that does not rot, where the only thing that remains is the unyielding shape of the stone. I mean, that instantly hooks you into the Wanderer's cynical worldview, doesn't it? There is zero sugarcoating here. The source material establishes the abyss not as some place of evil, but actually as a place of absolute, uncorrupted truth. It demands that we, you and I, prepare to strip away our own flickering lies and comfortable illusions so we can face an existence built purely on survival. Section 1. The Monument and the Clay. So picture the clash at the absolute heart of our story. On one side, we have the Wanderer. The text describes him as a jagged monument of unyielding stone. His very presence is this silent rebuke to the dawn, and he just looks out with clinical disgust. Then, in stark contrast, you have the Traveler, this youth whose eyes are just burning with vitality and heroic ambition. The Traveler genuinely believes the world is a story, right? Like a narrative just waiting for a champion. But from the cynical viewpoint of the Wanderer, this bright, ambitious youth is nothing but soft clay, just waiting to be crushed by a harsh reality. It's this profound clash between a harsh, immovable object and a naive, malleable subject. Section 2. Empathy as a sickness. Now, the text gives us a very harsh definition of empathy. The Wanderer defines the Traveler's warmth and heroism as a voluntary infection. It's literally a sickness of vitality that renders the mind dull and totally vulnerable to the hammer of existence. See, the Traveler talks all about community and justice, but the Wanderer looks at these concepts and sees them as a collection of crutches. Crutches for people who are just too cowardly to stand alone in the silence. So heroism isn't a strength in this fable at all. It's viewed as a self-inflicted disease that poisons and rots the iron of the spirit. And the text makes this incredibly explicit. It says, to harbor such affection is to mortgage one's peace to the grave, handing the world the very shears to cut your throat. That's intense, right? To the Wanderer, a hero's dreams are just fortresses out of dust. Sure, they might look grand, but they are incredibly dangerous illusions. Why? Because the second the sand of the real world shifts, and it will, those fortresses are going to collapse. In this grim reality, empathy is literally handing your enemy the weapon to destroy you. Section 3. The Heart of Negation. So how does the Wanderer actually assault the Traveler's worldview? He uses something called the Heart of Negation. It's defined as a resonance of the infinite abyss that strips away illusions. It shapes the Traveler's descent by acting as the ultimate unmasking of reality. And what's wild is that the Wanderer doesn't draw a sword, he doesn't throw a punch. Without saying a word, he just allows this cold pulse to radiate from his hollow core. It's this wave of cold clarity that violently strips away the flickering lies of the morning sun. It strikes the Traveler, not with physical force, but with absolute truth. Section 4. The Law of Subtraction. That heart of negation operates on something the text calls the law of subtraction. This is the precise philosophical mechanism that breaks the Traveler's spirit. It's the relentless removal of the soft until only the jagged remains endure. It's an incredibly unforgiving natural law that applies in absolute isolation, an isolation that simply cannot be pierced by community or justice or any other societal crutch. Let's literally walk through the step-by-step process of the Traveler losing his idealism under the weight of the abyss. Step 1. The heart of negation radiates its cold pulse of clarity. Step 2. The law of subtraction kicks in, applying relentless, isolating pressure that just strips away all those comforting illusions of heroism. And finally, Step 3. The Traveler's empathy shatters completely against the Wanderer's unyielding shape. It is a methodical, inescapable dismantling of a person's entire worldview. Section 5. A shield made of glass. We really see the structure of the story transition from warmth to ice right here. As the pulse takes hold, the Traveler has this horrifying realization. His capacity for empathy and hope? It was never armor. It was a shield made of glass, and it just shatters instantly. The Traveler's former warmth of vitality is completely erased, replaced by a frost that does not apologize. His eyes, which used to burn with all that light, now reflect nothing but the desolate mirror of the wanderer's own heart. The traveler learns in the most brutal way possible that vulnerability is simply a precursor to death. The wanderer has this absolutely chilling commentary on this transformation. He says, "You huddle in the light of your morality like cattle before a storm, but I am the hammer and the frost." Think about the irony there. The traveler thought his morality made him a strong champion, but the wanderer exposes it as just a herd instinct. Just cattle, huddling together for false warmth before the storm of reality wipes them out. Mercy is revealed as nothing but a luxury bought by the blind. Section 6. The final, unyielding shape. So the traveler is no longer a hero. He's just a victim of a brutal selection process, and the wanderer watches with grim pride as the youth transforms into the purest expression of the desert. The universe demands the destruction of the weak, and here, every single vestige of human frailty is burned away. All that's left are the jagged remains of a soul that finally understands the true cold nature of existence. The wanderer, acting as this missionary of desolation, has successfully performed his rite. He took a beacon of hope and turned it into a static pillar of salt and silence. We've seen exactly how the law of subtraction breaks down the soft clay of idealism until only the unyielding stone of reality is left. But the wanderer's cold gaze doesn't just stop at the traveler. The fable actually turns that desolate mirror directly outward toward us. So I want to leave you with this final, honestly unsettling thought from the source material. Take a real look at your own societal crutches, your own warmth, your own community. Is your own heroism just a shield made of glass, waiting to shatter against the unyielding stone? It's a deeply provocative question to chew on. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning what you think is real.